They never warn you about the moment when silence becomes louder than desire, when a message not sent carries more weight than words ever could, and when doing nothing becomes the most powerful thing you've ever done. Right now, someone is thinking about you, not because of what you said, but because of what you refused to say. That tension you feel, that quiet pull in your chest, that's not weakness, that's control, and control, when mastered, changes everything in love, attraction, and power. Most people are addicted to noise. They rush to explain, to chase, to prove, to beg for clarity. They believe love is built through constant contact, constant reassurance, constant exposure. But Stoicism teaches something dangerous in today's world. What you withhold can matter more than what you give. Silence is not emptiness. Silence is space, and space is where desire grows. When a man or woman learns to be calm in that space, to breathe inside uncertainty instead of trying to kill it, something shifts. Suddenly, you are no longer reacting. You are choosing. In modern relationships, especially between men and women, power is rarely discussed honestly. It's hidden behind phrases like communication is key and just be yourself. But the truth is, attraction responds to emotional gravity, not emotional chaos. The person who can remain grounded when emotions rise, who doesn't flinch when intimacy deepens, who doesn't collapse when distance appears, becomes unforgettable. Stoics understood this long before dating apps and text messages. They understood that the self must be mastered before the other can be reached. Think about the moments that haunted you the most, the pauses, the almosts, the nights when nothing happened, yet everything felt charged. Desire doesn't live in excess. It lives in anticipation. When you always reveal yourself, when you always respond instantly, when you always explain your feelings, you remove the mystery that fuels attraction. Stoicism doesn't teach coldness, it teaches restraint, and restraint is not the absence of passion. It is passion under command. In intimacy, this matters more than anywhere else. Real intimacy isn't rushed. It's built slowly through presence, through eye contact that lingers a second longer than expected, through touch that pauses before it claims. The Stoic man or woman doesn't chase physical closeness to fill an inner void. They allow connection to unfold naturally, without desperation. That calm confidence creates safety, and safety creates desire. When someone feels that you don't need them, but you choose them, the dynamic changes completely. Silence, in Stoic philosophy, is not punishment, it is observation. When you pull back, you see clearly. You notice patterns. You notice how someone behaves when you're not feeding them attention. You learn whether their interest is real or simply fueled by validation. This is not manipulation, it is self-respect. You are not testing them, you are protecting yourself. And protection is a form of strength that most people never develop. There is a quiet discipline required to sit with longing without acting on it, to feel attraction without turning it into obsession, to desire someone without losing yourself to them. This is where most relationships fail. People confuse intensity with depth. They confuse constant contact with connection. Stoicism cuts through that illusion. It asks a simple question: are you acting from strength or from fear? Fear makes you over-explain. Fear makes you chase clarity. Fear makes you compromise your boundaries just to feel close again. Strength allows you to wait. Strength allows you to accept uncertainty. Strength allows you to walk away from what disrespects you, even if your body still wants it. That is real power, and power, when quiet, is incredibly attractive. In the sexual dimension of relationships, this calm authority becomes magnetic. Desire responds to grounded energy. A person who is centered, who is not rushing toward release, who can hold tension without breaking it, creates an experience that feels deeper, slower, more intense. Stoicism doesn't reject pleasure. It refines it. It teaches that pleasure without self-control becomes slavery, but pleasure with awareness becomes art. Think of intimacy not as an act, but as a conversation without words. Every pause, every breath, every moment of restraint communicates confidence. When you don't rush, when you're fully present, when you're not trying to impress or perform, the other person feels seen. And being seen, truly seen, is more intimate than anything physical. This is why Stoic calm is so powerful in relationships. It removes pressure, and when pressure disappears, desire rises. The modern world tells you to reveal everything, to be vulnerable immediately, to put your emotions on display. Stoicism offers a different path. It teaches selective vulnerability, not hiding but timing, not suppression but control. You don't open your soul to everyone. You open it to those who earn access. This applies to love, to sex, to emotional intimacy. When you respect your inner world, others will too. There is also a quiet dignity in not reacting to provocation. In relationships, tests happen constantly. Delayed replies, mixed signals, sudden distance. Most people panic. They chase, they demand explanations. The Stoic observes, they don't assume, they don't accuse. They let reality reveal itself. And in doing so, they maintain their composure. That composure becomes a mirror. It forces the other person to confront their own behavior. Silence, when rooted in self-respect, exposes truth. If someone values you, they lean in. If they don't, they fade away. Either outcome gives you clarity, and clarity is freedom. You are no longer trapped in guessing games or emotional turbulence. You stand firm, knowing that your worth is not defined by attention, but by character. Stoicism also teaches acceptance, not resignation, but understanding. You cannot control how someone feels about you. You cannot force desire, loyalty, or commitment. What you can control is how you show up, calm, centered, whole. When you embody that, relationships become a choice, not a dependency. And choice is where love becomes healthy. There is a misconception that being stoic means being distant or emotionally unavailable. This is false. True Stoicism allows for deep feeling without chaos. It allows for passion without loss of self. It allows for love without fear. The Stoic heart is not closed. It is guarded, and a guarded heart, when it opens, opens fully. In male and female dynamics, this balance is crucial. Polarity thrives on grounded presence. When one person is calm, the other feels safe to express. When one person is not reactive, the other feels free to be authentic. Stoic energy creates a container where intimacy can deepen naturally. There is no rush, no pressure, just presence. Sexual connection, when approached this way, becomes more than physical. It becomes psychological, emotional, almost sacred. The slow build, the controlled breath, the awareness of the moment. This is not about technique. It's about state of being. When you are at peace with yourself, your touch carries intention. And intention is felt. Many people sabotage intimacy by bringing unresolved insecurity into the bedroom. They seek validation through desire. They try to prove worth through performance. Stoicism dissolves this need. It reminds you that you are enough before you touch another. From that place, intimacy becomes an offering, not a transaction. Silence also plays a role after intimacy, not withdrawal but grounded presence, not clinging but calm connection. Allowing space without anxiety strengthens bonds. It communicates trust. It says, "I don't need to hold you to keep you." And paradoxically, that freedom draws people closer. The Stoic approach to relationships is not about games. It's about alignment. When you are aligned with yourself, you stop forcing outcomes. You stop chasing feelings. You let things unfold, and what is meant for you stays. What isn't falls away. This is not loss, it is refinement. In a world addicted to stimulation, calm becomes rare, and what is rare becomes valuable. When you move through relationships with quiet confidence, with emotional discipline, with respectful desire, you stand out. Not loudly, subtly, and subtle power lasts. At the core of Stoicism is the understanding that external things do not define you. Not attention, not affection, not sex, not approval. You enjoy them when they come, but you are not destroyed when they leave. This mindset creates resilience, and resilience is deeply attractive. It signals maturity, depth, safety. When you stop needing constant reassurance, your presence changes, your voice slows, your movements soften, your energy stabilizes. People feel this. They may not be able to explain it, but they feel it, and they respond to it. Stoicism does not promise easy love. It promises honest love, love that is chosen, not clung to, desire that is shared, not demanded, intimacy that is deep, not rushed, silence that is meaningful, not empty. As you listen to this, understand that the goal is not to withdraw from love, but to enter it whole, to bring your full self, not a desperate version of yourself, to connect without losing balance, to desire without attachment, to love without fear. The most powerful person in a relationship is not the one who cares less, but the one who cares deeply without losing control. That balance is rare, that balance is stoic, and that balance changes everything. When you master yourself, relationships stop being battles and start being experiences. You no longer chase outcomes. You create presence. And presence is where attraction, intimacy, and connection naturally live. So the next time silence appears, don't rush to fill it. Sit in it, breathe in it, let it work for you. Because in that quiet space, you are not being ignored, you are being felt.